Test, test, test. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Microphone. Microphone check. Check, 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 check. Okay, I think we're going good. Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to this week's stream where I almost fucking slept through the entire thing because holy shit, I was hot as heck when I got home. Anyway, we're going to be doing a little bit of a live tech support because I went and done fucked up a cable on my main ring light. So I'm going to be, since I know time to actually fix it before stream will begin, we're going to fix it live on stream. So whatever the camera quality looks like right now is going to have to deal with it until I rewire the thing as we go. So let's get to the booth. Also, I am again very, very shirtless because holy shit. Although I will pop my shirt on later when I do the airbrushing because my airbrush is quite reflective. And I am in no way, shape, or form prepared to show my bodacious curves as of yet. Yet, keyword. Anyway, let us go. Boom. Hello and welcome. And actually, the light is not as horrible as I thought it would be. It's still bad, but not as horrible as I thought it would be. Anyway, let me see. I have to untangle the cable. There we go. It's a simple fix. I just need to do it, and I had to get the stream stuff just going. So, very quickly start off a bit with it. I already have this little screwdriver. Uh-oh. Shit. I already have the screwdriver. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Okay, Wait. Please. Shoot. Wait. Wait. Hold on. I've got to. Should have the bloody small screwdriver here as well. Should is the primary keyword here. Wait. Where is my tiny thing? What is this? That's a drill bit. Wait. Nope. Why does this thing I have only use the straight style screwdriver? I can't use the cross style one. Well, just in case, here's a nail clip I can try to use for that. Okay, let's see. Well, that's annoying. Give me a memento. I thought I had the mini screwdriver I needed for it right here, but I am not obviously seeing it, which is annoying. Yeah, it's not where I thought it would be. Anyway, let me see. What can I substitute? Let me just clear a bit of my workspace for the stuff I'm working on today. As always, my thing is a complete utter mess from last time because I've just been busy till now. Let's see. Alright. I need something that can handle this. These are drill bits. Can the tip of my spatula do it? It can! Aha! The tip of my putty bonding spatula can screw the terminal. Okay. I done stripped some of the copper off. This is my mistake, but if this can just reach in and just get in there, and then really crank it in. Okay. Let's then try and see. Famous last words before the whole stream dies when my whole flat short circuits. Yeah, come on. Plug in. And haha! There we go. Okay, my ring light is back to normal. It's back and working again. Perfect. Okay. So now we can proceed with tonight. And we'll see how far I get tonight. Basically, my plan is these 10 lads, one and done, one go. That's the plan. We'll see how far we get with that. first. Now clean up all the tools I just grabbed out. Just dump them haphazardly back into my little drawers. Now, what I've done already, as you see, is I've done the main assembly of them. Was put a spot of putty under the shoulder pads just to make shoulder pads seem a bit thicker. So they've been pre-assembled, pretty much. Heads are separate just because it's going to be easier to handle the head painting and then glue the head in later. I do have to recheck the head sandings. And I've also pre-placed magnets with putty at the base on the bases. These are just these spots of super glue just to make sure they stay in. Because I've done this before, and sometimes they stay, sometimes they pop out again. So just a spot of super glue around them makes them stick. So I got 10 bases, 10 Marines. What I have not done yet is, well, 1, recheck the sanding on these, and 2, drill the gun barrels. So we're gonna start with that tonight first. And yeah, basically, I've got my Death Company with jump packs, and now these lads are gonna be my Death Company on foot. And I need the exposure and white bands to stop changing. You stay. You stay. Whoa. Like that. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, let's do some gun barrel drilling. And then, again, these are Death Companies, so they're mostly going to be black. Or might say Doom Metal. I found Doom Metal looks very good for Death Company. Here's a sample of Doom Metal with my Chaplain. It's like a metallic black that is ever so slightly not black, if that's the way to say it. And then edge highlighted with a gunmetal and dark steel. And that tends to look pretty good. The chest... Right, the chest on this, I was thinking of making off-white, give it like a white ribcage look to it. And then I just never decided if I wanted to do that or not. And I think I might do that. Heroes might. I might not as well. We'll see. But you're for later. Right now, I need to get these guys going. Also got to drill in little mounts on each of the heads, so I can stick a paper clip in to hold them. But anyway, first off, let's just do the good old barrel drillings. All the little pistols and stuff. Just for good measure. Well, maybe doing it separately so there's not a fucking chainsaw in the way of my drill bit would have helped. Yep. Nice. Yes, do the side barrels first, then the front barrel after. Nice. A little quick wipe with some cement after this will smoothen out the point. Looks centered enough. But yeah, in Perpetual 11th edition coming up, I have ideas, I have plans, and to do those, I just need models built and ready to go. And so now, I am foregoing the whole, let's do these in small batches, build arms, legs, and bodies separately and stuff, and then carefully paint them, then come back, and then assemble the stuff. Now, I'm now going for the, build a whole damn squad, and then use them as is if I have to, and then come back to paint them later. Well, I say that, I'm painting these yet, but that's because, again, these Death Company, they're easy to paint. It's just metallic black on most of it. And, yeah, basically, ideally, I want all my backlog completed, Space Marine-wise at least, before 11th edition comes out on June 20th. Just so I have, well, once the backlog's dealt with, and then 2, I'll have all the minis I want ready to just use as is. so I can try all the new strategies and stuff or whatever new shit is. Also, hi, Dr. Anime. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. So I did a little bit of tech support on my lamp cable right before it began. You can see the lamp is working nicely. And I'm just doing some barrel drillings before YOLO painting all these lovely little Death Company on foot guys, which are actually the Space Marine Mark IIs, 20-man box, with the melee weapon upgrade sets to give them the melee weapons and pistols. And these are going to be my Death Company without jump packs, because they seem like an interesting squad to take. I don't take them often, and it's hard to proxy it sometimes when I'm using my other Assault Marines already. So I just want to get these guys with their models ready to go on the board. Here they are. And since it's going to be pretty easy to paint them, mostly just going to be all metallic black, followed by some, I feel like some gunmetal trim, just to add some sort of pop to it. But also, the old Death Company actually were very ornate. They had like a lot of golden trims on them, and these guys don't have that much extra trim, but they have mechanical trim, so might not be gold trim, but it's definitely going to be like gunmetal or my dark steel, which is like a light gunmetal, just to make some details pop on them. So it's my way of making them look sort of fancy-ish. Plus also the Horus Heresy minis. They got all this lovely little greebles and stuff, which is really nice. And spots to add nice visual interest. But yeah, the 11th edition Warhammer coming out June 20th. And they say they've released the core rules yesterday already, but they are more of a FAQ balance patch errata. A day -21. No. A day -15 balance patch to the rulebook that has not even been released yet in the start book, which is like, wow, okay, nice. So there's already erratas before, well, even the fucking pre-order period even went up for the book that's going to be included in the box set. Nice. Good job, G-dubs. Anyway, there we go. Bang, bang. So yeah. And since Death Company on foot can take Thunderhammer on the Sergeant dude, I got a Power Mace, because the other Thunderhammer in the set is two-handed, but then the guy also has a fancy pistol in the squad loadout, and I wanted more fancy pistols. So his Thunderhammer / Power Fist. Basically, Thunderhammer if I want fun, Power Fist if I want to be competitive, is being represented by a Power Maul, and then he has his little Infernal pistol with using a Neo Volkite pistol that came in the upgrade set. Also, how stable are these shoulders? Okay. I'm slightly concerned the shoulders might pop off, but if they do, I'll just super glue them back on. And yeah, they got cool backpacks, cool little greebles in them. And yeah, and again, my what do you call it? Justification of why they're in the Mark II armors, beyond just the fact that I think they're cool. That, you know, they're Death Company, they're hallucinating. They're at the point when Sanguinius is slain during the Horus Heresy. They were in the Horus Heresy era armor, so they're hallucinating themselves and their fellow battle brothers in the same era of armor. And that's how I'm going to explain why I have a bunch of Horus Heresy minis in my army, where most of them are going to be the Death Company. And I think also, because I do want to have two squads of Jump Death Company and two squads of On Foot Death Company, to tell them apart, these are going to be Mark II. I'm going to simply pick up the Mark III box set and convert those into more Death Company. Although I have to check, because I do know lore-wise, Mark III never got a jump pack variant because it was meant to just be a heavily armored version of Mark II. So maybe I'd go for Mark IV jump pack dudes instead. Maybe. Probably. We'll see. Also, I'm going to just see availability of it as well, because I do know that there's weird, different availabilities than armor marks. Some are still resin and whatnot. That's the plan, at least. Wait, no. Draw the front first. And, yeah. And I'm hoping they give more special Blood Angels units for us to use, which I can then proxy with more Horus Heresy minis. Like my Crimson Paladins, which were the Horus Heresy specialized Cataphracti Terminator squads. Sure, I can use them as assault Terminators right now, but what if fancy? You know what I mean? Just what if fancy? We can afford to be a little bit of fancy as a treat. We can have some whimsy, some fanciful whimsy. Okay, that side of the drill out wasn't too good, but I think there we go. I think I've melted it nicely. Perfect. And so yeah, also yeah, real happy that the weapon upgrade set comes with like the heavy chainsaws, which are gonna be the eviscerators, bunch of regular chainsaws, a few extra regular weapons. Well, I have used pretty much all the chainswords already. So one Horus Heresy upgrade set gives you 10 chainswords, and I've used 7 of those 10 on these guys already. There is the Death Company with bolt rifles squad, which no one takes. And I'm wondering, with the changes to how fights first work in 11th edition, they might be worth taking if they... Hold on, hold on. I am distracted already. Let me check 39k Pro and see. How many points is Death Company with bolt rifles? Death Company Marines with bolt rifles. How many points is squad? Unit composition, 85 for 5. 160 for 10. So it's cheaper to run them in 10s. Because they're a weird thing where their Death Company, they only have their rerolls in melee, but then the squad, 3 of them have guns, and then 2 have melee weapons in a 5-man. But the thing is, they have the extra ability where they can fire Overwatch for free, and then reroll their hit rolls in Overwatch, or they can Heroic Intervene for free, and reroll the charge roll for the Heroic Intervention. And with Fights First changing in the new edition to be Attacker fights first, even a Defender has fight first, or the Attacker fights first starts with Attacker, then alternates to Defender, so having a Fights First Defender doesn't do shit for you anymore. Having... right now it seems like if you get charged, whatever happens, you're going to get hit first no matter what. Having a screen, or having something like these Death Company to, for free, Heroic Intervene to pull attacks off the main squad you're trying to protect, might be kind of useful. Just because then they can also, the squad itself can do it for free without an attached character. Oh. I don't think it's going to be worth taking it as a 10-man, since they're going to be a screen sort of unit. But having a 1 or 2 5-mans? Maybe? And then they'll still have the Eviscerator and a heavy weapon going around. Might be worth. The thing is that if I build 2 5-mans, I'm going to have to build 2 with the extra special weapon, because it's a weird thing where they say, no matter what squad size it is, 1 guy gets the Thunder Hammer or Power Fist and the Fancy Pistol. Then 1 in 5 will have the Eviscerator. So if I want to like split that 10-man into 2 5-mans for fun, I'd have to like somehow make one of the normal dudes look a bit fancier, just to say, all right, he's the other 1 guy who has the Power Fist or something. What I could do is I just do the similar thing where with my regular Death Company, where I gave a Power Axe to one of the guys. So if I split the 10-man to two 5-mans, his axe is a power axe instead of a chain axe. If he's part of the 10-man, then it counts as a chain axe instead. That could work, I think. Probably. Yeah, I think I like that. Yeah. I could, I'll do that. I did not do it with the Death Company on foot, which I'm doing right now, which is the all melee version. Just because the way their ability works is they get sustained hits 1 under starting strength and sustained hits 2 under half strength. And mathing it out wise, a 5-man squad, if it gets under half strength, is probably just getting outright wiped out, and so that ability's never going to trigger. But running as a 10-man squad that just yells in through transport or something, there's enough bodies that even if it gets shot, it'll probably have some survivors to use the sustained hits 2 on his heavy weapons. So I feel like a 10-man Death Company, even if it's unled, on foot, is worth it just because it will make value of its bigger body size. While the jump moving ones, jump versions, they can work as 10 or as 5s, because they got the speed to just go around and just harass things. This is sort of a thing that you send into one target with a transport most likely, and then just bleh straight into it. Just bleh. Yeah, so that's why I didn't do one of these with a power sword, because I intend to only run this as a 10-man. And worse if I want to run it as a little 2 5-man or something, I've got 10 more in the box. I'll just make one with power sword done, and I'll just shift one of these guys to be on the other squad. So, yeah, okay. Anyway, sorry, I rambled a bit while theory crafting that. Let me return my focus back to drilling these barrels, drilling out the necks, and I'm going to go straight into the priming and painting. Because this should just be a black prime, a very thorough metallic black base coat on everything there. And then just a little bit like, I guess, silver spots on these little parts of the armor here. Undersuits can be gunmetal or rubber colored. And other deals I can just fill out later. Hello, welcome to that post. How are you doing? I was just nerding out myself just now about what the different things that the Death Company on foot can do. And my build justifications to why I built them the way I did. But yeah, just quickly drilling out the barrels, and then we're going to go straight into the painting. And again, I probably should have drilled the barrels before gluing them on to their hands and stuff, but I did not, and so I'm just going to deal with it. We're good? Nice. Yeah, I'm trying to build as much of my Space Marine backlog as I can before the new edition comes out, just so that, one, backlog is dealt with. At least get backlog is built so it's usable and playable, and then whatever new rules stuff happen, I'll actually have the models in hand to try the strategies and stuff with them. Versus, I want to try this, but I gotta build this first and whatnot, I'm building other thing and whatnot, and blah, blah. So yeah, so this is gonna be, unless other things come up, Space Marine marathoning for this week, next week, and probably right down to the release week after. Like, I want to get my Invicta warsuits done. The Invicta, I foresee bullshit with the Invicta warsuits. I kind of want to do stuff with them. And I have one. I think I might have the second one. I'm honestly blanking if I bought a second one right now. And we'll just see how it goes. Also, with time, I'll try to go through all the resin characters I've got as well, just to get those dudes ready. Yep. Unfortunately, yeah. I gave some guy the was it one guy in the squad can have like this backpack banner, another can have a Vox Nuncio blah 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 30k equipment things. I just give it to them. If they're hallucinating that they are in their old armor, they're gonna probably hallucinate that, hey, there's the banner squad, there's a guy with the banner, there's a guy with the Nuncio thing. What's actually on that backpack? Don't worry about it. But that's what they're seeing at least. Because, they're Death Company, they're hallucinating stuff. They're working opinion, you'll be like, oh, ooh, what is your backlog, if I may ask, my good sir? Do tell, do tell. Yeah, but yeah, again, if you're into Warhammer, especially if you're Blood Angels, I'd say the new Death Company are outright unaffordable to make with their upgrade sprues and stuff. But if you look into the 30k line for like the Mark II and Mark III box sets, and then the weapon upgrade sprue, it's the sprue is 10 chain swords, like 10 different weapon upgrades, heavy weapon upgrades. It comes with multiple pistols even as well, including plasma, volkites, and multiple regular bolt pistol things. It's just far more affordable to use the 30k models as your Death Company than the current 40k models are. And they look cool. And again, they're hallucinating. They're in Berserker Rage. It's thematic for them to be seeing at least each other in the Horus Heresy armors as they're berserking and stuff. So it fits. It's thematic. No one can bitch about it to you. So, yes. Big recommends on that. There we go. Just a spot of Samantes around this. Perfect. Third Heresy Army. Oh my god! Third Heresy Army. Dang. And two armies for 40k. Hot dang. Nice. Like, I've got a lot of Heresy models, like Cataphractii and stuff, but I'm using them as proxies for 40k, honestly. Again, as I just said, price-wise, weapon upgrades, fuel-wise, and stuff. And also, they do just look cooler. And then, I guess, if I play 30k, they're all painted black, I'll just say, Raven Guard, done. Depending how nitpicky the group is about color schemes and stuff. Again, the groups I'm with, as far as I know, are not that nitpicky about, oh my god, it's not the right color. But also at the same time, I don't even know anyone who plays 30k. But yeah. So as I was saying, I'm building these 10 as the 40k Death Company on foot with no jump pack. And the other 10 in the box, I'm truly considering, with how they've said 11th is going to be, running them as the Death Company Marines with bolt rifles. For the free heroic intervention they can do. Since again, fights first is supposedly going to be starting with an attacker from the defender, so that kind of makes Judicious and stuff useless, because they aren't fights first, they're just fights next. So instead of like screening with 6 Blade Guard and Judicia, it's going to be screening with small squads of Death Company with bolt rifles for 85 points for 5 dudes. They have a little bit of a feel of pain. Now that cement dried, I need to widen the whole bit further upwards. They have a little bit of a feel of pain, and if the enemy charges around them to bypass, then I just say, okay, inbuilt ability, 0 CP heroic intervention, and then charge them in to pull attacks off whatever they did charge. So it's like, I'm still going to get hit a bit, but at least I can pull it off and pull the attacks away from whatever thing I'm trying to protect. And it's for free, inbuilt to the squad already. You don't even need a character or captain leading them to do that thing. They just don't need to be battle shocked. So it's like, you know what? I'm foreseeing the guys on foot. Well, the guys on foot with bolt rifles, like a few squads of 5, be one of the better screen units possible for Marines, as Blood Angels at least. And then the 10-man here I have with all melee weapons, just a 10-man death blob of send them in and see what happens. Most players haven't played 40k 7th edition, but built armies for great. Ah, I see, cool. I started tail end of 9th, as in I learned the rules for 9th edition, and then 10th edition released as I was learning the rules. And I was like, well, shit. Time to relearn everything I just learned. And then also 10th edition, a week or so after I bought my first model, which was an Ironclad Dreadnought, they went and legended it. I was like, you piece of fucking shits. I got the legending experience within a week of me purchasing a model. That was my introduction to 40k. And then they legended the faction Deathwatch, which I was planning to play when Space Marine 2 released. I was like, well, you pieces of fucking shit again. And so I bought the Librarian Dreadnought and went with the Blood Angels. And then they legended the Librarian Dreadnought with the Codex release. Yeah, that happened. I will say, though, despite all that, the Blood Angels have had a very good rule set so far, and I've enjoyed playing Blood Angels for a while. But of course, with the new edition, I might do the unthinkable. Actually, I will do the unthinkable and probably play Ultramarines or Codex compliant a bit. Again, just to use more of my models. Let's use more of my shooting units here and there. Let's use more of my, Hellblasters, my aggressors. Just the things I don't normally use because they're shit as they're not really used as Blood Angels. So, yeah. I say that as I'm making a lot more Death Company right now. So let's see. Shove that to the side a bit. Have I drilled out all your barrels? Yes. Oh, yep. That was like, oh yeah, it came with a bunch of holstered weapons. I gave the two eviscerated guys a holstered pistol. Just say, all right, yeah, you guys have pistols, they're just holstered. And you get leather holsters just because you're busy two-handing a big sword. While the other guys with just one sword will just mag-lock their pistol to their armor or something like that. I know, that's my logic behind it. Why I'm not going to put... Actually, I would put extra holsters on these, but they only give holstered... They only give the holster with pistol inside it. They don't give empty holsters. Although they would have given the extra holster just for thematics-wise. So, yeah. A little nitpick. They only give filled holsters with the pistol inside. They don't give the holster without the pistol in it. And yes, you could shave it away, but time is money, and... Well, time is time, and I ain't got time for that. I'm building my damn little mini-me. My mini-marines. My mini-me's. So, right. Pistols are drilled out now. Let me just... stick all these little heads onto some paper clips. And then I'm going to get the airbrush going to quickly prime them black. Do I even want... Ooh. Should I just go lazy and hand brush them? No, I'll prime them black. I'll airbrush them black. Yes, of course, also, I gave the sergeant... Well, the sergeant for the Death Company the plume head because... Excuse to use plume head. Why would I not use plume head? You know, the sergeant's hallucinating that he's the sergeant. He's still a sergeant, he's hallucinating, so he's going to have the sergeant plume. He's going to be fucking fabulous. There you go. Also, I do this, I can also check each head to make sure I actually got the seam lines, well, mold lines. Again, they'll probably be hidden since I'm going to be going with such a dark scheme, but I'd at least have had attempted to clean out each mold line as I see them. And then after that, except for plume head, the other means are just going to get random head. Well, we're all about giving that random head here. You want some head? Have some random head. We are a pro random head zone here. I'm going to give you head randomly. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. Just accept the random head you're going to get. There we go. Let's see. South Korea back in 5th, played God Order the 7th. Ooh, switched to Heresy in 2nd edition, built a Necron army for 9th, but for 10th, put together World Eaters. Ooh, very nice. Oh, well, I have the Huon Flamen, not Human Flamen. That's my D&D character. Huon, what's his face? Huon Blackheart. I have the Huon Blackheart squad in my backlog. He's just a cool model, and I like his command squad. I don't have any other Red Corsairs, but I got because he looks cool. Will I build him as... Will I loyalize him as fancy characters? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. But he's cool. So nice. 30k. Yeah, dang. Also, I tried to start the World Eaters army, but then they changed so much in 10th edition that kind of shit. But I've got a collection of 30k Predator tanks, and it turns out World Eaters armored lists are kind of fun. You know, when all your las guns, well, your las cannons on your main turret are rapid fire 2, so a one-shot las gun normally is a 3-shot at 24 inches. It's like, oh, I go 3 to 4 in accuracy, but get triple the shots compared to normal. Hold up, wait, the math adds up. This could be a thing. So I've had some fun playing World Eaters armored lists, and it is surprisingly fun and somewhat effective. That's because just volume of heavy weapons fire at 24 inches. And you just have a few Berserker squads hanging around to hold objectives and do actions. It's like, it's so weird to have an armored World Eaters gun line. But it's also, because it's rapid fire, it'd be a half range. It's a gun line you have to push forward. So you go mid-board with a gun line and you just start blasting with millions of las cannon shots at everything you see. I was like, this is quite interesting. Heresy armies of World Eaters, Iron Warriors, and Sons of Horus. Nice. Like, I'm probably going all my heresies I'm probably going to run as Blood Angels, because also I got a bunch of the Red Crimson Paladins. Also, I got a recast of the Incandus Dreadnought. The Incandus Contemptor Dreadnought for Blood Angels, which has like a once per battle either Deep Strike or once per battle Jump Pack Flight. And it's like, oh yes, a Jump Pack Dreadnought is amazing. Once per battle Jump Pack, but still, it's like, hey, I can just send a Dreadnought into the middle of the enemy, out of the blue. It's gonna do what it needs to do. Yeah. Also, I've got the Leviathan Dreadnought, which I've been meaning to do as well. I've just been pausing on it because I haven't decided if I want to run it as the Legends Leviathan, or proxy it with a bigger base as, say, the Brutalis or Ballistus. Those all are good options. But it's down to how many games do I play where we allow Legends versus games that we don't. But yes, ooh, I could. No, there's the. Well, here's the thing: is how long will the Crucible Champion rules stay current? That's the main thing, because I can do the custom Dreadnought rules for them. I could have a Crucible Dreadnought. Things to consider. So I'm just trying to get some more paper clips for these heads. But I think I played one or two games of the like Combat Patrol Heresy. I forget the name of it. It's like the 500-point version. It's interesting. It was nice to see having like the templates and stuff back. I have not played enough of it, and again, don't have a common group to play it with. Regular group that I can regularly join. Although I do get a hint of the templates and stuff from Necromunda. I was in the Necromunda campaign the last few months, and that's a lot of fun. I was playing House Orlok, which is a very money-hungry house. Money hungry is in, a lot of the stuff they need is expensive, so I need to actually really work on my economy playing them. Like, next campaign, I'm probably going to go with Orlok again, and knowing what I know now, spend more wisely. As in, don't buy the 100 credit Cyberhound, because the House Orlok Cyberhound has no armor save and can't be given armor, compared to the Palatine's Cyberdogs that have literal carapace armor integrated in. One of the best armors possible. It's like, shit. That was the worst use of 100 credits. But now I know. Now me and the other Orlok player in the campaign now know, don't waste money on the House Orlok Cyberhounds. Cybermasters, because they have... anything touches them, they're going to get an injury. I was like, oh, and they can't be given armor or any other equipment. Like, well, that's kind of shit, isn't it? I'm the Gym Striker. In fact, this VTuber model I am using right now because I had great plans to do my custom VTuber model and things myself, and DIY things, and then life happened. But I did very roughly rig it up from photos of my very own Gym Striker I built and painted myself. So that, huzzah. So basically I took this, took photos of it, and then I cut the photos apart, put it into the rigging software, and then self-rigged some eyes on this bad boy. And, yeah. And I even got a hold of a appropriate-sized waifu pillow to hold along, so my waifu is here with me. Aha. And, yeah. Basically, I had... oh, thank you for the follow, by the way. I had... Back during COVID, when I had a lot more time, work wasn't as demanding, and I had more time, I had great plans. I'd learned to draw, custom design all my own shit, DIY everything myself. And then COVID ended, and I became busy, and I barely get one stream a week in. But hey, I'll eventually update my own artwork and stuff. But until then, I'm this. But, yeah. Well, I know a lot of artists now. Probably might actually save them and commission them to do it for me. But, yeah. And pretty much, I just like to stream just to, share the hobby with people, show how it's easy to build and paint if need be, learn tips from others as well. Okay. And also, pretty much, the 1 day a week stream I do every Tuesday at 10 PM JST is also the one confirmed day of I am doing hobbying this night. That is that. I am streaming and I'm doing my hobby stuff no matter what. So at least I'm getting 1 day a week of some progress towards insert whatever hobby I happen to be doing. But there's a lot of Space Marine stuff right now. Or certain resin figures, although unfortunately a lot of these I can't actually do on stream on this platform. However, said other platforms I have not set up yet. And also I need to actually find space to put the damn things as well when they're built. So yeah. So yeah, pending waifu figures, sussy figures, and other things as I have time, and it's just as life allows. And life's just been busy. Life-wise and game-wise. Like, oh my god, the 11th edition's coming up. Fuck it. Fuck. I need to get these bad boys finished. You're a Xeon fan yourself? Uh-huh. Nice. I quite do enjoy the Goof custom. I have one at work. And the High Gog was certainly a fun kit to build. I did some funny not safe work memes with them. It's probably somewhere on my Discord. But yeah, just do a lot of hobbying here. And if only again, too many hobbies, too little time, and fucking life is in the way. And also right now, fucking heat wave. Oh my god, it's so fucking hot. It's been like 33 to 36 a lot recently. It's like, I get home just dead. Like, quite literally, today I got home, I laid on the floor, I almost just died and slept through the stream. It's like I woke up, it's like, oh shit, it's 50 minutes, so I'm supposed to stream. Crap. Let me get myself to the thing, get the aircon on, get the fan. Let's get this done. The show must go on, get the damn once a week stream done. So I was getting my once a week progress, major progress of something hobby based. And just do it! Yeah, just gotta do it! Let's do it! Yeah, with that said, now that I've got these heads on their pikes, also that's the Discord command. Feel free to join in the Discord. It's pretty much where you'll get most of my notifications of my stream things, random memes and stuff, and the bullshit I find online. But yeah. Okay, so now let me get some of these extra mini stuff out to the side. Again, table's a mess because I barely have time to clean between streams before, well, being busy. It is time to prime. I'm going to use my good old favorite Vallejo Mecha Color Black Primer. Just because it just doesn't fucking jam. It doesn't jam up my airbrush like other primers do sometimes. It's acrylic based, so not as toxic. And I've been lazy, but on streams before, I've hand brushed this on minis. Just get a thin layer of primer on there, just base coat a color over that. I think these are 10 dudes. So 10 dudes, I think, warrant use of the airbrush. So let's get the airbrush going. Let's also check that the airbrush actually isn't clogged right now. Also, let me actually put a shirt on now, because my airbrush is quite reflective. And unfortunately, I cannot say I am a voluptuous supermodel. I wish I was, though. There we go. Okay. The shirt is on. Let's see. Seeming clear. Let me use the back of the needle, grab that gunk out. There we go. Post a custom other pictures. Looks, I think Builder Zone. Let me see, what if I call it specifically? We'll scroll. Builder's chat. That's just a general building, crafting, or building something, painting something. Just stick it there. That's just general purpose. If you're working on something, just stick it in there. That's fine. Let's see. Also, remember to pick up the roles you need to access the server, because I do have roles to make sure. You just gotta click something to access it, so that helps prevent Discord bots and stuff spamming in sometimes. I think Discord bots can still spam in. One of my channels actually is not blocked off by that yet, but that's a future me to deal with, and future me is going to be future me for quite a while because I am fucking busy. Anyway, let me shift to the airbrush camera, which is just a shitty camera, but I ain't putting an expensive camera where I'm spraying paint. So, blammo, here we go. Here's the airbrush camera. Blammo. Let us load up some. That's white primer. Spot of thinner. Few drops of thinner. 2 drops of flow improver. That stops it from drying out in the airbrush. Well, okay, that's 3 drops, so wait, that's fine. And then shake. Semi-generous amount. Let's get a better angle of this. Where is my little sturdy spoon at? Here it is. Out. Clean the spoon. Okay, let's test this. Also, I need to remember to. I'm running a higher PSI, so I need to pull back less to spray. Okay, there we go. Looks like we're good. And I didn't drill holes in the feet to hold these, so, Ooh, no, I can hold them by the tips of their weapons. Because I can just manually touch those up later. They're gonna get weathered up anyway. Oh, let's just get a nice thin coat of black over all the armor. Nice. Well, let's put this down over here first. I need to stay balanced. We just clean the particulate dust away from this area. Put it out. Next guy. Also, thank you for sharing if you're posting them. We appreciate it. As always, feel free to share on Discord and stuff. Discord is where the memes get posted. I post my schedule, which is usually just me saying, Tuesday, join me. Done. I post my memes. We can talk about Warhammer and stuff. I post sussy shit in the Lost Take World channels, which I find. And yeah, it's a fun old time there. And especially on days when I'm really busy, I can't be bothered to log into, well, open up my social media. That's when I'm gonna say, like, hey, I'm streaming today. Hey, I'm not streaming at this day. Hey, it's gonna be at this time, that time, and whatnot. Well, yeah. There we go. Two. Although, sorry, it sounds soft when I'm airbrushing. It's just that I'm facing well away from my camera and my microphone when I'm doing this. But such is how the space is. A thin dark layer. Nice. And then I'll be using two thin coats Doom Metal. That's the main color. But it's just a very nice black, slightly brown, most black, metallic black with a little bit of brown in it. It's just like it's a warm black, metallic black, and it just looks nice. I enjoy the color. This color. So I'm gonna figure out what to put on the back banner for this. Probably something fancy. You've also got to figure out the basing. And then I've got his bases ready. They should just be able to, once I paint these just glue on, I have to decide what basing to do for them. But I don't have many basing material options. And I'm sort of, I don't know, I guess I don't like spending time on doing the bases, because it's the final thing that's standing on, and the base is utilitarian for me. The base is there to mark their engagement rates and so on, like a measurement. I don't like to spend too long just doing the bases. But the whole point is the model itself. So I tend to go for much more simple bases. I say that as I use pla plate to do like a boarding action style training thing on some of my aggressors, which I want to do now with the rest of my aggressors. Again, that's still so simple. It's just cutting plastic card, aligning with zip ties, and then, you know, just doing some little stripes here and there. So I still call that simple versus like doing different rocks and stuff, foliages and whatnot all together. Like, I like it quick and simple. Like, if it was a character, like Recharacter, then I'd probably spend a bit more time making the basic nicer, just because he's a character. He gets to be a bit more dramatic of a position and stuff. But for the regular chump dudes, yeah, they're gonna get the minimum needed for the base. A minimum decent looking base, and then that's that. Also, thank you for sharing, by the way. I'll take a look at it later, for sure. Because I have to focus on painting this. But yeah, do feel free to share. Love to see what others are doing in the hobby. And it's an inspiration to anyone else who's also in certain stuff. Like, hey, you did that. That's cool. Maybe I want to do that as well or something. Just an inspiration. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6, 7! 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, yeah, 10. I'm not missing any. What else? So I just realized this camera is a very bad position to actually see me airbrushing because my actual hand is in the way. I'm gonna shift it more central so you can see the process a bit better. Also, I think I loaded way too much paint into this because I've already got the nice smooth black base on these. I only have the heads remaining, and I got like half my cup remaining. But that's fine. I can just pour it back into the little bottle. A tiny bit of flow improvement in going with the rest of the bottle is not going to change much, honestly. In the greatest scheme of things. I'd prime extra minis as well, but I don't have many minis nearby that I want to prime black right now. Because those I'd rather be priming red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. The last I got Vallejo's red primer, and that's just really nice, rich, deep, well, very nice bright red, and works great for priming, well, red, or anything you want warm underneath. It saves me a step in priming and base coloring, because it's primer and base color in one go. Now for the head. What? Two. Around. Wait. Oh. Closer to better. Why not? I ain't gonna blame it yet. YOLO it. Let's see. 5. I think. Yeah, also, I should. Depending on time I'll probably might take my jump death companies I have from the Mark II jump marines, and I'll re-brighten the red markings they have because I give them like the red X's on the shoulder pads and stuff, and it looked nice. But when I weathered it down with Mountain Oil, it darkened way too much, and especially when you're working with a very dark model, any like color pops like the red and stuff, you do want it to be actually brighter than you think you need it, just to make a good contrast. Otherwise, it just kind of dulls and blends into the rest of the armor. So, as I'm saying there in my miniature journey at least, higher contrast between colors, in the end, does look better compared to similar contrasts. Especially with the edge highlighting stuff as well. When you really want to bring out the detail, you want to have nice, bright contrast. Again, these death companies are going to be like dark metallic, black sort of color, but then they're gonna have a very bright red X and cross markings to really contrast. I was like the Sergeant Plume, that's probably gonna be nice bright red as well. Okay, there we go. I don't need to prime the bases. So that's that. I have about literally half my cup left, so I'm just going to pour it back into the bottle and then do the cleanup. Again, you could just spray can this, but spray cans are expensive. I used piss all of the bottle primer and airbrushing, and the paint coat paint is much thinner and doesn't flood out the details like spray can would if you don't pay attention. So, yeah. Again, I have been extra lazy on stream as well before. Like, oh, how did I get that much on the side here? And I've just hand brushed the primer on very lightly. It's not even an even coat, but at least it's a slight coat to help the paint hold. And then I hand brush the actual main base coat on after that. And it works just as well. Again, just use a lot less primer than, say, a spray can, so it's much cheaper as well. Also, because I'm doing 10 minis, I chose to do the airbrush. Because also, I just don't like the fact I do have to go through the steps of cleaning the damn thing between colors. That's the one annoyance, the cleaning stage. You just gotta deal with that when you work with an airbrush, but still, it's annoying. But better do it now than later. Better clean it now than not clean it and then have it jam next stream. And I spend like 2 hours of the stream trying to unjam the damn thing. That has happened before. So remember, kids. Well, not kids. No kids should be in this stream. Clean your damn airbrush. Thank yourself later. Nope. Almost clean. Also have a squirt bottle of cleaner as well. It's just a general purpose kitchen cleaner. The squirt bottle. I just squirt a little bit in as well. Literally acts as a soap. Help clean out nicely the inside. Well, just aerosolizing some of the cleaner. And then finally, a few ones with water, and then we're done. Nope. One more spot with water. Swirl. Spread out. I just let my extraction fan just grab all the aerosolize from it and just vent it out. Also, it's helping. I damp around here just to collect any of the paint particles. They'll stick to the wall, wet, damp walls and stuff. Stops it from floating around my room. Okay, looks clean. Here it is, looks clean. Take out the needle, wipe it down with a tissue a bit. One last bit of water, and then we're good to go. Plus, also, again, because the prime layer was so thin, by the time I finish all this cleaning my airbrush, it should be dry to the touch on the minis. I can get straight to hand painting. So, huzzah. Got a little bit of an air leak here. You're not complete? Well, I don't know now because my hands are slippery and I can't unscrew the damn thing. Oh well. And I pulled the needle I will pull the needle back out from the nozzle. Like about there, so you can just see the tip in the middle. Just in case any little bit of paint is still in the front of the nozzle, it's not going to stick the needle in place, making it impossible to open up later. So yeah, okay. That is the airbrush done. So as always, when finished with the airbrushing, you should turn off power to it and empty the air compressor tank so moisture doesn't build up on the inside. Always remember to empty air compressor tank. Otherwise, you can get a collection of rusty moisture on the inside that you're going to clean out later. It's going to stain your pants and everything. How do I know? Because I did that once. Well, I opened it up once after factoring air properly a few times, and it's like, well, shit, that's a lot of rusty water in there. Well, those pants are now brown forever. I think it even happened on the stream when I did that. Gotta find the clips of that. But anyway, let me put this aside. We're going back to the table now. Kabam! Butch. There we go. Nice. So let's see. Let us get some paint trays to work with. I'll just use convenient ones I have here right now. So let me get my Doom Metal out. One of the best black metallics I've ever worked with. Doom. Also, I'm rummaging for it. I'll also grab any other colors I'll probably need, like brown for leather working stuff. What else? Mephiston red for eye sensors. What else is going on? Hello, Sloppy Zo. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Khaki, just in case I need to highlight something. Gunmetal is always good for weapons and stuff. What else? Marion Earth, just in case. Where is my Doom Metal? Hold on. Let me check the bucket of paints. Let's see. I'll just take out the ledge belcher just in case. Panzer Dark Rubber is great for like the inner sleevings in between workings and stuff. There we go. Two things called Doom Metal. That's gonna be the main color, black color of these guys. As a sample, this Terminator Chaplain I have here was painted with the Doom Metal. I'm not sure if you can see, but you see it's like a very fine metallic black. Slightly brown in person, not sure if the camera can pick it up, but it's like, you know, that's a cool metallic black. I'm gonna use it. Let's see. Aluminum, obviously. Dark steel, perfect. As always, my good old... Not that one, that's Runel Brass. Yeah, Runel Brass, just in case. Where's my Retributor Gold? Retributor Gold, one of the few GW colors which I have not found an alternative to yet. I wish I could, but I can't. It's just a very nice smooth gold from hand painting. No. What's I'm running? Did I not wash this? Maybe I did, it just didn't wash as well. I feel like the Crozius needs a bit more work. Ah, future me problem. Future me problem. Current me problem has to paint these dudes. So, anyway. And, just so I can also compare how I did the color combinations previously, let me get my Jump Pack Death Company out. At least one of them. Oh my god. This is going to be me opening every single box again and it's going to be the last fucking box that has my Death Company in it. Probably. Let's seeming like that's the case so far. That box is empty. Let's see. Oh my god, is it truly going to be the last box I open? It is. It's going to be the last box I open. Expect the camera of good luck, my head. Yep, it was the very last box I opened, and ooh, apparently everything took a tumble in here as well. Yeah. Uno momentos. We have to sort all that later. Let's grab some examples of these out. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah. So here my Death Company on foot. I did these with the Doom Metal as well. I feel like they need some extra trim, like shoulder trim. Anything should go into like a gunmetal color or something, just to give some extra pop around it. Yeah, so pretty much gunmetal everything. But no, Doom Metal everything. Dark steel the little smaller details as I see it. And then go from there. So I'll put these little guys to the side first, so I can reference them as I need to. Okay, let us begin. Let's go with a nice wide brush. Let's see. There you go. Decently wide brush. Oh. Oh well. Decently little bit of wide brush. Let me get a little tray for some water. Let me find where I put my water. It was right here. Yeah, there it is. If. Spoil water for the paint, spoil water for myself. Okay. Well, let us commence. Yeah, Doom Metal. Shake, 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 shake. We're just vibing it out here. Vibing hard and fast. There we go. Yeah, a little bit I didn't. Probably gonna need more, but well, I'll refill as I need to. Touch of water on the brush. Let's start seeing how the thinning works with this. This is seaming. I do know two thin coats is not pre-thinned. You do need to thin it yourself with water. But especially when I'm using like a wide brush like this, it actually absorbs a lot of liquid in it. So let's just... Let's go with this and see how it goes. So just gonna grab marines random and just base coat them all in this Doom Metal. That looks nice. Oh yeah, that looks real nice already. Just get it evenly spread around all the surfaces. in, around, and under. And ideally, with the thinning amount I did to this, that one brush load should get the entire marine done. Especially considering that we are black prime, so metallic black over black primer should be a very good coverage. Keyword is should be. Maybe I need to reload slightly. We'll see. I'll get it everywhere I can. Just a spot on the gun, just because I can. There we go. Let's see. Not sure if you can make it out as easily as I can, but there you go. See, that's a nice, this nice sheen of this black metallic on that shoulder pad. It's like that all over the dude. And then we'll be picking out the smaller details with a hand brush, with a thing of dark steel, which is it's called Vallejo Dark Steel, but it's actually light gun metal. Okay, so that's stick it here to dry. Let's put all these guys to the side so I have space to put them when I've finished painting them to dry. Yeah, Lieutenant, Lieutenant, get your arm back on. Yeah, Lieutenant, Lieutenant, there, you can watch over them. You know, keep them under control. You're not a chaplain. They're probably not going to listen to you, but do your best. Let's see. Well, grab you by the eviscerator. Load, and then slather on all visible surfaces. Just get it in and around. Nice. Again, maybe let me push the camera's exposure up by 1 pip. So the camera's gonna be slightly overexposed, but that should show what I mean. There we go. Oh yeah, now yes, now you can definitely see what I mean, where it's like a very nice dark metallic black. Also very smooth as well. You can't really see the particulate in it. Okay, this is a case of actual exposure that I'm seeing in person is in between 2 settings on my camera. It's either going to be underexposed or overexposed. I can't get that nice sweet spot in between it. So you gotta deal with it being slightly overexposed and maybe a little bit sub 30 FPS. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Might just be in the preview window as well. We'll find out. I'll watch the VOD back and see. Okay, I'm probably not gonna watch the VOD back and see. But if I do remember, I will. There we go. Number 2. Number 3. Slather, slather. That's the thing I do like about Death Company, because they're all mostly one color. It's very fast and easy to get these done. I like my main color scheme, which is silver and red, so it's 2 colors I have to keep nice and neat all the time. That's totally not biting me in the ass. But I'm too far along and committed to it to do anything else. Well, I'm not too far along, but I don't want to do anything else. I want to keep that scheme. That's my scheme. I came with it myself, with help from Atticus. But still. The Blade Angels themselves can't be everywhere. There's going to be successor factors around. Give the successors some limelight. I'm saying, I'm Blood Angel successors. I think I chose the name the Sanguine Knights, but also I went through so many different names I honestly forgot what I settled on anyway. I just remember all the good names were already taken by official chapters. Good. Slather, slather. Basically, I'm my dudes. They're successors. They do their own thing. Like the Martys, Dante, Astaroth, and stuff. They can't be everywhere fighting every single battle I do. So that's why most by this rely on minimal epic characters. Well, minimal named epic characters because they can't be at every single battle. I'm gonna fight my own battles without them. I don't need them. Moments 4. I need them. But still. That's it though, Imperial Fists have some pretty good characters, honestly. Okay. 4. Boop. Let's go applying. Yeah. That's one thing though. In a weird case, despite how many characters Space Marines have, they don't actually have many epic characters from a lot of the factions and stuff. And there's no... Apart from the Crucible Champions they've just started doing, we don't know how long it's going to last though. There's no way to really make your own epic characters either, or have your own heroes of the chapter who aren't just generic dudes. Even though the few named characters they do have added have kind of very generic loadouts as well. Like, oh my god, the Sanguinor, the literal psychic manifestation of Sanguinius. He's a he's toughness 4, strength 6. Wow. That's just wow. Okay then. Alright, let me just quickly do a fix with that. Instead of this cement, I'm just gonna do a little spot of super glue instead to hold this on. Ah. What? Yep. And then hand. Press. Boop, boop. Okay, I'm gonna hold you by the pistol. Yeah, I do like the Crucible rules are cool, which they released, but also they have issues still. They were made using old stats on some things, and some of the stats don't make sense. But at least it is a way for us to sort of get our own epic characters in, or our own, like, custom insert characters here or there with a close enough representation of what they should have. Like, I have a custom Death Company captain that I run as a Crucible champion instead, just because he's got better bonuses. He can give +1 to wound to his squad, like a chaplain. And then he can reroll his wound rolls. And then I gave him the 2 melee weapons, the Power Fist, obviously. And then I gave him the Servo Arm. But my justification, even though he doesn't have a Servo Arm, is that the Servo Arm is just him punching one more time really hard. So he's just punching more, because he's Death Company. That has a similar stat to the Servo Arm. So yeah, that's how I'm using the Servo Arm on my Death Company champion. It's like, no, it's not another arm. No, he's just punching once more really hard. You know, he's Death Company. He wants to punch. He wants to burn, maim, kill. So why can't he have another, extra punch to go as he punches? Like, he wants to punch you as he punches you, so he's gonna punch you while he punches you because he's gonna punch you. And then being Crucible Champ, he's gonna reroll his wound rolls as well to ensure that his punches do truly punch you. Mr. Punchy McPunchface likes to punch. And you will get punched. In the face. Maybe even in the dick. For Sangrius cares not where the punch flows, as long as the punch has flowed into the enemy. Okay, grab you. Almost done with the base colorings. Here's a spot more water. Well, it looks like I might be able to do the complete marine set without having to reload my paint. We'll find out soon. Yep. Whap. Whap. Spread it evenly across the body. Around the nooks and crannies. Spot reload here. For the undersurfaces. Yeah. Reroll, guys. Ooh, I might need a little bit of a paint refill. Just a little bit. But first. But first, apply it to the surfaces. Nice and carefully. Touch of water. Wash it all around. Nice. There we go. Okay, gonna need a little bit of a paint refill for the last two guys. And the heads. And the heads as well. Boop. That should be plenty. Famous last words before I need more. There we go. Yup. Slather it. Around. That foot. The back. Yep. And the final guy, which is the banner guy, which actually is not, he's not actually a banner guy, he just happens to have the banner on the model. And you know, why not give him a banner? I mean, there used to be a lot more back banners before. You know, he can have a banner. The Death Company can have a banner if they want to stab Horus in the face with. Nice. Perfect. There we go. Okay. 10 dudes. Base coated in Doom Metal. Clean off my brush. Right, I think let me drop the exposure down a bit now. There I go, back to normal. Because we're going to go on to the next colors. Just going to be the undersuit colors and stuff, which is I like to do with dark Clobert. It's just a nice color. It tints down very well if I need to with wash. And it's just good for as a lighter contrast between other areas, like between the joints and stuff. So let's go, since this is now detail parts, let's go with a fine brush. There we go. This is a size 0, I think. Let's go with one of the first meetings I worked in, so I can, where it's mostly dry, and see just where that can really go. Just some small spots. There. Up. Yeah, the little on his butt cheeks. Where else? A spot in the elbows. Touch there. Just wiped away. Yep. Reload it. Spots in there. You know what? Good enough. Just those little spots here and there as I see it. Carefully. What? Just work inside there a bit. There we go. Not going to, looks like I'm not going to be using too much of this just because a lot of the joints are actually pretty well covered on these. But still, it's worth the extra here and there. And it gives the other minis some time to dry as while I do these. So, you know, multi-purpose duty here. It's lets the other minis dry, and I can get some nice little internal details where it needs to be. Nice and carefully. Nice. Let's grab those little areas as I see them. Nice and easy. What? Very carefully. Oh. You. Just in between there. Yeah. You. Jake. Back. And you. There. Okay. This inner rubber section done. Now let's get to the dark steel for the main little armor details it has. So shake up some Vallejo dark steel. So tap a little bit of it into the brush. This is airbrush thin, so I can just directly use it. Yep. Directly applying it where it needs to be. Little ports at the side here. Along these little leg bits. And a little fan on the back of the backpack. Why not? Okay. One. Load up. Straight down the stripes. Dot around those little two ports. Down on the back. Good. And the fan. Okay. We're just mass producing it now. We're just YOLOing it. Yeah. Well, roundabout. Carefully. Oh. That's a bit too much there. Just wipe it away. There we go. Reload a spot. Onto the little fan. Nice. Let's continue. Straight along. Two ports here. A little bit of skull on his belt. That's probably going to go gold later, but, you know, I'll just mark it while I remember and see it. Yep. Down here. And the fan. Yep. Nice and carefully. Reach in here. We have the little skull there. Get the little leg piece. Nice, there's a little torso piece I didn't do. Let me do that. That's a nice little extra detail bit. Carefully. Roundabout to the back. Dot. That. A little fan. Okay, hold on, let's quickly go back to the existing ones. For that little chest area here. Can't reach that, also forgot the belt buckle. Yeah, I'm not sure, these little recessed spots on the armor, I'm not quite sure what to do with those. Anyway, that's 5. 5 to go. Spot of water. Spot of a reload. Go. Chest piece. Belt buckle. Load. Little eyelets here. Rotate. These back leg bits. The back of the butt. Nice. Fan. And I think, you know what? Let's quickly get this part of Vox thing going as well. Yeah. And okay. You again, spot more water because the paint's starting dry. Along the leg plates. Belt. Other leg plate. Chest. Eyelet. Eyelet. Rotate. Reload. Back of leg. Back of leg. What? And the fan. Okay. 3 more. So I'm working backwards on this one. So be it. Nice and carefully. Turn around. Get those armored garters going. Like so. 2 little ports. Okay. You. Need to dampen my brush more. The paint is starting to dry on my little palette. Carefully. Rotate around. Fan. Alright, last dude. Two. 3. 4. Rotate around. 5. 6. 7. 8. Just a spot here. Okay. So, suit secondary color. Done. What next? I suppose the brown, the leather browns. Let's see, where's my leather brown at? No, we're flat brown. Here we go. Let's go with flat brown. Splot there. This is for the 2 guys with little leather pouches of pistols. Carefully. There we go. Get that coverage around it. Load up. Very carefully go around the top. Take it around, get the inside. Alright. Straight along. Okay. So he has a leather pouch ready. Give me a second. Adjust something ever so slightly. Okay, let's try that. See how that goes. Other leather pouch. Load up. And then slather this on. Very carefully. Right across these surfaces. Whoop. Okay. Let's see. Weapons. Weapony weapons. Death Coming actually tend to get red-colored weapons, it seems. Did I just not do that? Okay. So, red weapons and red markings with some gold trims here and there. Okay. Let's see, what can I do about this? Let's get the good old gunmetal first for the base parts of weapons, the weapons and stuff. Or do I want dark steel? Let's go with dark steel, actually. I want more contrast between different areas. There you go. Let's go with you as a sample first. Load up the dark steel and brush. Oh, clean the brush first. Then load the dark steel up. So I want this lower part of the receiver to be in the dark steel. Nice and simple. Okay. And I suppose the barrels work with dark steel. Very carefully all the way around. Yeah. Yep. And then the raised part of the chainsword. Right. Yes. Whoop. There you go. Just paint all that inner part of the chainsword. There. Yep. And the upper part of the receiver. Is that it? Yes. Very carefully. Right on around. So that's all the main mechanical bits to it. Nice and carefully. Load. Okay. Oh, inside the pistol handle. Yes. What else? The rest of the gun components. Nice and carefully. Okay. Then let's get the red going now. I want to compare it with the red. And I think, again, I want a brighter red for this. So let's see. Where's my Mephiston red at? That's the was darker red. Eh? Eh? Here it is. Mephiston red. Clean the brush. Get some out. So I guess still it's kind of experimenting with the colors here with one guy, so maybe I won't finish all 10 tonight, but probably maybe finish them tomorrow. We'll see. I'm just gonna yell over them and see how it gets. Grab some red, stick it to the center here. Now here we go. Just get this on the pistol body. Very carefully all the way around it. Depending on how this looks, I'll probably go back to my jump marines and copy this to them. Nice and carefully. Painting along the rim. Oop. Two. There we go. Okay. Be carefully. Okay. That's a nice bright Mephiston head. This spot in here. Okay, now let's do the same for the chainsword. Yeah. Water. Okay. Straight along to the tip. More. Straight along. Oop, what happened here? 1 second. Oh, Wraith! Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid, Wraith. How are you doing, man? What are we up to? I'll get you a shout in a second. Hello, everyone. I'm Coleman, the Plumber VTuber. A plumber of VTube. I do a lot of Warhammer right now. I'm painting my Death Company on Foot squad using the Mark II Marine box set. I'm just trying to very carefully get this red in here. Thanks for the raid, though. We appreciate it. If you got a raid to run, feel free to. Hold on. I'm just... getting... Hold on. I just want to get this body covering done. And you're getting shout out. Unless there's mod lurking to help shout out. I can't see the chat. I'll do the teeth, fix the teeth out later. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Welcome, welcome. How you doing, man? S-O. Wraith. Wow. There we go. Oh, I think your raid worked, I think. It shows you raided in, so it probably worked. Yeah, welcome, welcome. How are you doing? What were you up to? There we go. Oh, I need to fill the cup of that with the metallic. Very carefully. Just across the top here. There we go. It's got some nice bright red details on this. Don't know about Warhammer, but like big robots. Hey, well, I'm a big robot. I sometimes work with big robots. I have big robots to do. I've got Chaos Knights to work on. But, yeah. NMM Knight and Black Templars. Nice. I'm doing Death Company with the lovely Doom Metal as the base coat. And then I'm testing out the red on the weapons, because I do want to give a bit more contrast and pop to these. So, I'm going with Mephiston... wrong color. Mephiston red for the weapons, just to make them really brightly pop. Because I didn't... Because these are my Mark II Jump Marines, and the handles of the weapons are red that pop them nicely, but then these are chain swords with the big like chainsword housing, so I feel like doing like red on the entire main housing, and also the lighter dark steel instead of gunmetal on the weapons, just to have more contrasty pop to it. And yeah, I'm kind of liking it. I was originally trying to do like just a paint, next thing, but then it's like, let's be quickly experiment with this color scheme first, see how this works, because I kind of like it. And I might continue with that. Also, did I paint the heads in Dune Metal? I think I completely forgot to paint the heads. Oh well, they'll get the heads later then. So, yeah. I'm liking it. So actually what I'm doing, I'm pausing my rapid painting scheme right now to just get all the paint down on one of these guys just to see if I like where I'm heading with this. Like, now I need to get the sword blades. So there's a spot of bright silver for those. Touch. But yeah. I do all sorts of things on the channel. Well, I used to. I do a lot of Warhammer right now just because 11th edition, I'm into it, and there's also 11th edition coming, and I'm trying to get my entire Space Marine backlog at least built and ready for 11th edition. But I'm taking some time to paint these just because the scheme is generally quite simple with Death Company. It's just black with some red markings here and there. Yeah. Actually, from the bottom, though, let me get some red. Need to even this out a bit. No, need to let the paint dry first, then even it out. So that dries. Yeah, I kind of want to... Yeah, that's it. Let's get a gunmetal going, and I'm going to gunmetal the shoulder trims. Just for a sort of two-tone look to it. I say that as I am now staring at my desk. Here it is. Gunmetal. Yeah, just chilling, having fun, doing some painting. Blammo. Also dying in the heat by having aircon blasting on me, but even then. Ideally, I want to finish within the hour, just so I can fucking cool down. Sort myself out for work tomorrow. Anyway, let us put this gunmetal around. Try to use this like dark gunmetal like as a two-tone with the very metallic black, just to give it some pop. Yeah, that looks really nice actually. Holy shit. I like where this is going. I don't remember, I'm probably going to have to do either Basilicum Grey or a non-oil wash over all this later to make it all a bit darker blended. But so far, so good, I would say. Very nice. Gotta remember to get the nooks and crannies. There we go. Let's try my brush a bit. Let's fix up the red on the chainsword quickly. touch. Along the bottom edge. There we go. Rotate. So to this side. Nice. Okay. Very nice looking, I think. There's that gunmetal. Lower it a bit. Gonna apply it into these little 3 recessed areas here. And the collar. Ooh, okay, this is looking good. That's looking good. Along the inside. Okay. Clean up my brush a bit. Wipe it down here. Okay. There we go. Well, I'm liking this. And you know what? Let's just, while we're at this, load up the red. What? Let's see. Comes from this angle. It goes up this way. And then it comes up from this angle. And it goes up this way. There we go. Very rough it in first. There you go. Wash it down a bit. Get some of the Doom metal back. Fix it up. Dot. Go. Fix it up. Nice and carefully. Rotate. Actually, you know what? No, that was, I feel like that was a bit too much of a messy job. Let's just cover it up. I'll do the red crosses when I am more coordinated, because right now I'm not feeling like my... Oh, I'm hot. Even with the aircon on, I'm hot right now. My skills are not my best for that. Just cover it up since the paint dried quickly. I'll attempt it again later on when I'm not so bloody hot. There we go. Covered up. Never know what happened. Nothing ever happened here. More so, let's get the gunmetal. Touch the trim. There we go. Never knew any better. Okay. So anyway, there were those colors. Clean the brush. Spot of the dark steel to repaint inside the receiver here. Oh, touched it with my finger. My bad. Okay. Alright. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Also, what's the... bought the new G-Quox Endermont. Ooh. I think that's how to start Hobby. Yes, indeed. G-Quox Endermont Duet. That's the best one. That's the best one, I think, because you get all the extra bits with it. But yeah, welcome to the hobby. Welcome, welcome. Now has begun your bottle building ways. Soon you have 1 million kits like I do, and no time to build them all. But you'll be doing your best, so anyway. Anyway, so I think weapon colors I can do later. I want to do... Let's go with the body first. Let's go with the gunmetal. Let's do the gunmetal trims on the shoulders. We're gonna batch paint it. We're batch painting. For speed. So the gunmetal shoulder trims. And the neck guards. There we go. Load. Very carefully. But yeah, first you start the building collection, then you might start into the painting collection, and before you know it, you're building and you're painting together. And then you're branching out to multiple other building hobbies. Quite a carcinogenic, quite a relaxing hobby, I'd say, if you're really into building assembling. There we go. Around the tips and the edges. Nice. Right around. Yes. Fall down a bit and hit the gorget. There we go. And then the back of the neck guard. There we go. Perfect. Continuing on. What's the Hololive X Gundam stuff? Oh yeah, the Hololive stuff is coming. So yeah, I want the Hosho Marine Crossbone Gundam because I like Hosho Marine. Because I could just paint one myself with the existing one I have, but you know, still it's cool. It's nice. ADHD was still good, but I want to build computer. Yes, exactly. Once you get into the flow of it, once you get into the flow and you're not rushing it for anything, like I sometimes am for deadlines and stuff, it's just a fun experience. Which is also why Warhammer is so dangerous, because then after that, that's a game. You can actually play a game with them after that. So it's like you're literally building an army, and you're gonna have fun playing with it after that on the tabletop. But Warhammer is very financially difficult to maintain. I've bought all my stuff on sales and discounts and stuff, so... And also I've just been very careful with my spending on it to be able to afford to have the army that I have right now. Quotations afford. There we go. As soon as you get to the painting stage, it's like you're truly making your own with your own color scheme and stuff, which is real nice. There you go. There. And then your Gorgot. Let's see. Right around the corner. Well, it is actually taking longer than I thought it would again. But can I push through in 30 minutes these trims and extra bits? Probably I can, I think. I do need to decant a bit more gunmetal, though. Shikami Hui's got a few minutes, so I'm trying to guess. Yes! I got into them through Matsuri. And then from her, it just branched out to everyone else. It's a clip of Matsuri screaming while playing Mario Kart about wanting to drink Hoshikawa's piss because she had to piss. That's how I got into Hololive. It went all downhill from there, and I started following more of them. Although there's so many of them now, honestly, it's hard for me to keep track of them beyond the clips channels now. But you know, it's nice just seeing the antics they get up to and stuff. Also, life since COVID has been a lot more busy, so it's like, I can't religiously follow every single one, every single day, every single moment of my life. How dare I have to deal with life so I can't be completely super power social to every single VTuber I see. It is indeed pretty silly. Well, that's how I got into it. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to do it myself, haha! And then I ran out of time to do one myself, so this is I've had a bare minimum model for, like, going on 4 years now. Oh my god, I've been doing it for 4 years already, holy shit. I have still so many models left to do. But, yeah, I enjoyed the VTubers, I enjoyed the model buildings. I thought, why not be both? Also, my current stream schedule of, you know, once a week, have a stream at least once a week, building and painting things. Alice says, okay, well, how fucking busy my week is, I'm gonna have at least 1 day a week where I am focused only on my hobbying, and that's when I do my streams. So I was like, haha, no matter what, I'm gonna have some small progress into whatever my hobby thing I'm doing every week, at least 1 day. Also doesn't mean every single stream I'm usually very messy and very last minute to set up. Because I've been busy since last time. So my bonus pay, yes indeed. That's what it says. I'm using the Horus Heresy Mark II Marines, the box set with the melee weapons upgrade set, and I'm built 10 of them to run as the Death Company on foot. I see potential with them in 11th edition. Also, the other 10 I'm going to do as the Death Company with bolt rifles, because I see potential with them, especially with the main changes to how fights first work. There's going to be first. Fights first will never really help you defensively, so I'm going to go with the free, heroic intervention that Death Company with bolt rifles can do, to try to just do it for free every time, and they can just pull attacks off whoever got targeted and charged. That's the plan, at least. Maybe a crash and burn, though. But there's only one way to find out. That's to try it. But first, regular Death Company melee on foot because funny 10-man squad of doom that as they lose models, they gain sustain hits 1 and then sustain hits 2. Just like, unless you commit to kill the entire squad, it's kind of going to statistically maintain similar offensive output until you fully deal with it. Like having a Thunderhammer, 2 Power Fists, and an Eviscerator with sustain hits 2 is kind of freaking scary. You can spike a lot of bullshit with that. Everyone Rage Curse Onslaught, where you are double 2 attack plus 2 attacks on the charge if you're battle shocked. You're probably battle shocked on the half thing. It's like, so just take 1,000,000 attacks with sustain hits 2. Good luck. The ultimate volume fire. Oh, wait, hold on. Have I been forgetting to do Gorgets? Yes, I have. No, not really Gorget, just the neck trim. All the way around. Dunk. Paint. Also, oh god, coming in edition, there's going to be all the Vanguard veterans I'm going to want as well. And the Eradicators with bolters look interesting, at least. I think math hammering wise, though, apparently they are pretty much only good against Chod and anything elite. They fall off, so unfortunately, it might be that looks good, but might not rules wise actually be good. Obviously, there's always space for them to update and change rules or buff them and stuff. Let's see. Get this trim on around here. Very carefully. Yeah, to bring this back down to the darker black, I'm definitely have to use a Basilicum Grey. Null oil might be too much, but Basilicum Grey might be okay to tint them down to black. Paint is drying my brush. Don't do that. Very carefully. Along. Yeah, well, banana hammer. Hello and welcome. When in doubt, deploy banana. Okay, Custodes. Let's see, just rip up. Went over the edge there for sure, but we can fix that later, I think. Yep, just wipe that away. Nice. Back at it. Let's put these trims. Okay, so I'm thinking after these trims, I get a time. I'll do the trims, finish up these trims, base paint the heads in the Doom Metal. As those dry, work on the weapons, then go back, do the visors, and stick the heads on. I think that's the plan. There's gonna need more gunmetal. Actually, I'm running out of this. I need to get more of this gunmetal. It's lasted me for quite a while. I think this lasted me almost 2 years, but now it's finally almost empty. Dunk. Okay. Wait, Gorgot. Right along. Yep. Back here. Load it. Trim it. Nice and carefully. Right around the edge here. Reserve. Nice. Oop. So inside there. Other shoulder. Wow. Slight mistake, but that'll fix itself later. Yep. And then the neck brace. Nice and careful around. Okay. Next. Straight along. Yes. Very carefully. Nice. Got the under trims. The side trims. Through and around. Wow. Right across. Yeah. Write this down. Clean that up a bit. Neck brace. Wow. Just around like that. Okay, you. Along. Very carefully. Just follow the line. Like so. What? Well, that's a little bit of Zenithal, I guess. Ish. I can fix it up later. Again, let the paint dry first, then fix it up. Hmm. What? Wrong one. Good metal. Neck trim. Okay. And then last guy. You. You. Straight across. There we go. Straight down and around like so. What? Underside the trim. On the shoulder. Very nice. That along the side. And then the underside. And finally the neck trim. Yep. Straight around. Very good. Okay. Clean up the brush a bit. Let's get the other brush going again with the Doom Metal, and let's do those heads. Let's do some head. Let's see. Lip. Should be plenty. Spot of water. And then a spot of paint. Spot more water and a spot more paint. Okay, that should be good. Let's get the heads. Fluff off for this one. Bam. So, get the fluff off of it, Sam. What the heck? There we go. It's a bit overfilled, but I can do that later. Let's just empty more of the paint off the brush onto the next head first. So, okay, let's empty more paint on the other heads. What? What? Rough and tumble. Okay. Slam it. Plus all of these. Yeah. Nice. Let's slather this on. And that is the heads. Okay. Clean the brush off. Perfect. Alright. So as heads dry, I need to do the next part, which is... Actually, the weapons now. I have to continue with the weapons. I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush for the weapons. A fine brush still, but a slightly bigger one. A size 0 brush. Seems in order. So let's dampen it a bit and see. Well, I mean, this is Blood Angels. Specifically, I'm doing the Mark II Marines as Death Company. Here's the Mark II Marines with jump packs I've done previously. And these are going to be the Death Company on foot. Although using these as the sample I worked from, I think I'm adjusting the recipe ever so slightly. Again, unfortunately, on camera, these look darker than they actually are. But, yeah, I think I want it a bit lighter than it is. Also, I'm doing a lot of mixes of Doom Metal, Gunmetals, and Dark Steel to really get the colors flowing. Let's see, I'm just trying to keep to some of the Death Company standards, like the red weapons and stuff. I feel like they need a little bit of gold to really... Anyway, I think I'll put the gold on the belt buckle, and that's about it. Yeah. Oopsie. He saw Horus and he made a jump for it, but nope, there was nothing there. Anyway, so next colors to work on. I think it's going to be the Dark Steel for all the weapon bits now. We're Dark Stealing the weapons now. There we go. Vallejo Dark Steel. And that's just going to go on all the weapon receivers areas. Of course, it doesn't have that. I've used like multiple Horus Heresy bolt pistol designs, so they don't have a standardized receiver design for them. But well, that's just part of the fun of it. Go. Picking out all the parts on the pistol, which should be the dark steel color, and the rest will be the Mephiston head. Again, I'm going for higher contrast between colors, just because that just looks better on the tabletop, honestly. Yeah. Actually, no. Actually, there's a lot of this is actually... No, it's not. Like this. Wow, this specific bolt pistol is very detailed. Go like that. Let's see. Horse would never commit heresy, indeed. He would commit a travesty. Okay. Then let us do the chainsword, which, following from this one, pretty much the entire rear of it is going to be the dark steel. Very carefully. Just apply this around. I can't see or reach, but anyway, that's fine. What? There we go. Okay. That's one. So put you to the side since your weapon's pretty much set. Next. So again, another differently designed pistol with a lot more frame to it. Let's see. Around that. Turn it around. Match the paint pattern. And the barrel. Right around. And then again, water. Chainsaw, the entire motorized section of it. Right around. There we go. Around everywhere that can be seen. That. Next. Straight around the corner. Whoop. Grab all those details. Nice and carefully all around it. Got a bit more. What else? Here at the front. Let's see. Yeah. Again, the last 10% takes 90% of the time, as always. Right. Keep slowly loading. There we go. The little chainsword was hilt. Very carefully. There we go. Right across. water the brush a bit because it's starting to get a little bit dry. Just continue. Yep. Around. Nice and carefully. Straight around here. Yeah, reach behind the leg. And then chain sword block. Oh yeah, now we're doing it. Now we're making progress. We're making that batch progress. I really want to finish these tonight, just because I suspect tomorrow I'm going to be absolutely fucking dead. And probably won't get these done in time. And I want them the day after. I'm going to be using these, so I'm going to have them packed up after that, ready for transport to the club. So I do want to get these at least 90% done and based tonight before I sleep. I can still do red pistol Ds and stuff after they're based. Okay. How many more do I have? One, two, so four more. Okay, not too bad, not too bad. Just gotta keep pace. Just keep pace. Let's see what's happening here. What's this thing I got? Huh? Huh. Okay. Interesting. Anyways, alright, back to this. Go around here. Nice. Yep. Pick that part up here. Very carefully. And the same for the chainsword. Slather it. Around where it can't be reached. Went. There we go. Okay. Yep. Get painted. Okay. Nice. Chainsaw. Around it. So carefully. Okay. And then there's the two eviscerators. Leveled up. Good. Right. Fill all of that with metallic. So, around here, the little pistol grip that's sticking out of the holster. I can get the gunmetal as well. Well, the dark steel. Next. Dunk. Blah, blah, blah. There you go. Allow this all around here. Around it. Okay. Yeah, so the smaller details are not going to finish tonight, but I do want the bigger details done and these on their base. So let me just get this color applied. Okay, those colors are applied. Wash my brush off. Get my fine brush, because I have to do the red of this helmet sensors. So, dunk. Get some. Let's do all the head sensors now. Carefully. Right. On through. One. Two. Three. Four. Around. Five. 5, I said. Oh, it's a mistake. Can I fix it? Not quite. I shall try to. Spotted doom metal. Bam. There you go. Fixed it. More lead. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Here. Okay. 7. 6, 7. Nine. No, 8. There we go. 9. And 10. Some extra on the plumage. Put up more. Yeah. Very carefully. A bit more red. Okay. Continuing at the plumage. There we go. 20 and up. Get a spot more doom metal. Tiny spot. There we go. Fix that. Clean the brush up. Okay. So give those a moment to dry. Let us look into the bases. We just dump all these to the side. Whack, 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 whack. Okay, so the bases. The more distance I get. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bases. Pre-magnetized. Let us see. Ah, no, because I have to do the, what you call it? The washing them still. That's going to change the color of the basing. Wait, hold on. Let me think. Wait, hold on. I'm thinking. Oh, shit. No. Think. Wait, think. Can't base them yet. No. They shouldn't be based yet. Stick the heads on first, yes. So let's just grab random heads and stick them to random people. That looks about right. So, yeah. Spot super glue. Oh. Okay. One. You. Yeah. Right. Super glue. There we go. Everything. Wait, whoa, what's that? Whoa, 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 hey, what's that? Whoa, hey, what's that going on? Shoot. There you go. Eh. There we go. You're just lumbering along, pointing your gun, going pow pow. Okay. You. Eh. There we go. Blue. You're looking to your side. So. Okay. You are walking forward menacingly. There you go. You're walking forward menacingly. You're ready and primed to swing. Yep. Grab this head. This one, you're running forward. Yeah. That's looking okay. Yeah. Yep. Got this head. You're just shooting a pistol forward. So, then head on the banner dude who's just standing there menacingly. I think, let's see, can I get his head upwards slightly for this? Like he's howling up. Yeah, he's looking at me going, "Ah!" While here's this banner. And finally, me. Sergeant. Sergeant. Go. Boom. Yeah. Pew. Okay. Heads are all attached. Put paper clips away. Let's see what we can do next. Let me take a look and see. Oh, let me just get a stretch. Ugh. I was leaning forward a little bit too much. Ugh. Ah. Shit. Okay. Huh. What more can I do tonight? What more can I do tonight before I die? Let's see. Not much more, honestly. I think I'm gonna have to just. I think I have to call it here this before I fall asleep at the desk and overheat because I have work tomorrow morning and ugh. Right, I think it's pretty good. Pretty much, I have to do the weapon, the red parts of the weapons, and finish up some small details, and then do the wash on them. That's gone. Unfortunately, feels like that's gonna be another one, like a half session more. So I think I'll probably call it here tonight. I might try to finish them off stream tomorrow and see. I can't actually. I can't base them until I've done the wash on these guys. Otherwise, the wash is gonna stain the basing, and I want to have a contrasting base color to, well, for eye catchiness. So I have to wash these guys first before I do their basing. Also, where did my other paintbrush go? There it went down here. Just quickly wash them off in the brush soap before I call it tonight. So yeah, thank you for coming. Great, appreciate it. Yeah, almost finished these guys. They are blue tack playable when I blue tack them to the base, which is good enough for now. And yes, let's see. Whom should we send the fun to at this hour of time? Whom is on? Whomst is on and is live. Let's see. Let's take a look. And browse. Ooh. Let me. I has an idea. I has an idea. Let me reconfirm this idea. Looking. Yes, let's do this, I think. As I browse down the screens. The screen scrolls. What? What? Yes. Yeah, listen. Let's get the raid going. Can I please copy paste correctly? Can I please copy paste correctly? I would like to copy paste this correctly, please. Bam. There we go. We're gonna go raid Sheila Coming Oak Tavern. Lovely person. Does love of role-playing games and stuff. Very sassy, and yeah. So yeah, thank you all for coming. Great, appreciate it. Semi-short stream. Actually, feels actually regular. Yeah, actually long stream because I went overtime. As always, I stream every Tuesday about 10 p.m. JST. I'll take a better picture of these, and then I'll catch you next week. So until next time, let's get a raid message going. Raid message is going to be the Cole community has come to stomp all over the floor. There we go. Let's just then stick emotes in. Y'all can change the emotes to anything you may or may not have. Bam, bam. Yep. That's a big message. Again, thank you all for coming. Great, appreciate it. Until next time, away we go. Bye.